Hello and welcome back to Marineford TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is the return of the cold can of Red Bull. Shout out the Red Bull Double Don tournaments, which I will not be playing in. If you're an American and you're playing in one, and you don't want your set of Double Dons or regular Red Bull Dons, send me a DM on X, because I am looking to buy a set of those off someone. So yeah, if you're playing in a Red Bull tournament and you don't want your Dons, I would love some Drink of the Day Dons. That'd be pretty spicy. So drop me a message on X. My link is in the description. And today I've been playing some games with Yamato. Yamato's gained a couple of new cards in EB03, and I wanted to just check them out. And before anyone asks, this is an EB03 build. I'm not including EB04 yellow cards, because they're not coming out until after rotation, and after rotation, the deck's different. The format's going to be different. You can't play the Zizo, obviously. It's the only card in the deck that actually rotates, which doesn't really matter. It's a decent 2k, but it's nothing crazy. But yeah, I'm not playing EB03 Borsalino. So the two new cards we have gained are the 5-drop Yamato. This is a brilliant card for the leader. 5/6 1k on play. You put 3 rested Don in your leader. So you get to swing 8 double attack on your 5 Don turn. And then on KO, this gets to trash one opponent's life. So it has Hawkins on KO. This on KO is not that relevant into 4 life leaders. It does just take a life off them, which is fine. But Yamato's always been a lot better into 4 life leaders than 5 life leaders. And into 5 life leaders, it means that if they do KO this Yamato, then they're now on the even life curve. So they can get burned to 0 by 2 double attacks, which is pretty cool. This is also playable off the old 4-cost Hiyori, which can make your 4-don turn just bonkers broken. If you high roll this combo, you can play this out, swing double attack 8 on 4, which is usually solid. And on 4, we also have lots of Banish. I'm playing lots of Banish because there's quite a lot of yellow in the meta. And I think as we look into into EB03, there's going to be even more yellow. Like, Boa's already really good. Yellow Luffy is already really good. Both those decks are getting buffed in EB03. There's also Blue Yellow Nami, which isn't traditional yellow, but they still don't like Banish if it goes off. But I think that is one of our more difficult matchups. And with this new Nami coming out, I think a lot of people are just going to be trying like random yellow decks. So having Banish is pretty solid. Moving on to our 6-don turn, because I do think I generally prefer evens with this deck, although odds is very, very playable. If you're against a leader like Mihawk that prefers odds, I definitely take it off them. We have solid 5-don plays. 3-don, just swing 8 is fine. Then on 6, we have the new lore. He's not even that new at this point, I suppose, but it's still really good. Helps you develop 2 guys on 6, and we have some incredible 5 costs to play. We have the Yamato that we've just talked about. We have Nami. You know this card. Every yellow deck can play this card. And if you do go like a double attack Banish on 4 and your opponent counters out, well, maybe they then get burned by the Nami and double attack. It still gives a Don to your leader, so you get to swing 6. It's not too bad. And this is also, of course, really good into 5 life leaders because it pushes them from 3 to 2. Or from 5 to 4, depending on when this gets played. I'm also on the Momo because I wanted more targets for Hiyori. And sometimes this being a blocker that can just push something to life does just get you that little bit more, that little bit further into the game that you need. The extra 1 turn can be huge. I think once EB03 comes out, this is probably just mogged by Borsalino. Because you're never really playing this at like 3 or more life. This is like a late game Hail Mary. I need a blocker. This gets me a heal as well. Epic type play. So I think Borsalino does just replace this Momo, which kind of sucks because he's a 1-0 target, right, for a Yamato, but it is what it is. And I'm also playing 2 of the Pro. I could only fit 2 in because I did want quite a lot of other cards. But this card's really solid as well. We are somewhat weak to aggression ourselves. Whilst we are aggressive, some decks can just beat you down. So Prona being able to deny 2 swings from like more aggressive decks can be pretty good still. And in the late game, if your opponent plays out like double Marcos or something, this is effectively extra copies of DMG. I am only on 2 DMG. I think I would like a 3rd. In fact, I think I'm actually going to live on air cut 1 Momo for 1 DMG. This guy wasn't coming up as much as I wanted him to, and an extra copy of DMG will be really nice for consistency. So let's save that there. In terms of 2Ks, the other new card that we've gained is Tama. This is alright. I've been trying it out. It comes up sometimes. There's a lot of decks that want to use counter events, and even use counter events early nowadays. Emu, Boa. So if you play out this time on your 2-don turn, then on their 3-don turn, they like leave 1 don open, Maybe your Boa player opponent plays Hiyori and then leaves 1 Don open for a counter event. Or your Emu player has 2 searcher events and then they leave 1 Don open for a counter event. Or they just swing 7, because 7 always goes through, and hitting Yamato before that 3 life threshold is typically what people like to do because of triggers like Kikunojo. There's a lot of other triggers like this that people sometimes put in Yamato. I'm not playing a lot of triggers in this build, but sometimes people still get scared of the triggers with Yamato, which is something you can take advantage of. But yeah, this Tama can tap that 1 Don, and then if you go with a double attack Banish, or just a double attack if you think that's good enough, it can make their life a little bit more awkward. At the end of the game as well, this is like half a DMG. Because it rests 1 Don. That's right, you're not going to be resting any Smile or Animal type characters. I don't think there's any big animal blockers, right? There's no big chopper blockers. Biggest one I can think of is the 4-cost chopper, and that's not an animal, because it's fucking Sanji. What a joke. Also got 2 of the PRBO Tama. If you don't want to buy this, just play 2 more of this at Tama. It's absolutely fine. This is not essential. I literally didn't play this in any games. But if you are going for lethal, it is objectively good. It's a plus 1000 power. Not too bad. And then I've got 4 Kiku and 4 Izo. Izo because it's 1 searchable, and all of these are 1 searchable. This Kikunojo is not searchable off Yamato because it's a 1 cost. But Izo rests Marco, it rests War, it rests Boa blocker, it rests a lot of relevant blockers at the minute. So I'm on 4 of this. And also Kikunojo at 4 because extra lore targets. It's cost 1, which is just easier to fit in on your curve sometimes than dropping an Otama or an Otama. And having extra targets to bounce with your lore. If you see your opening hand, you're like, right, I'm going to be playing lore this game. Just being able to drop this Kiku to have a guaranteed lore target. Because even if you swing with this, on like your 3-Don turn, for example, it stands back up, right? So your opponent is going to have a very difficult time getting rid of this character. Then you've got the guaranteed lore bounce. Because otherwise we only have 1 searcher. I did try Momo searcher. Enough of this deck just isn't Wano. That it wasn't that great. It was eating a lot of Dons that I'd rather be using for aggression with how much more tanky decks are now. And of course the Momo just gets killed. Like, Momo just dies immediately. So he was never there to pick up with lore. So I've added the Kiku in to try that one out. I don't think Yamato is going to be... definitely not going to be top tier as we look ahead to EB03. I think this deck is a lot better than it was. Don't get me wrong, this Yamato's great. The Nami, pretty reasonable as well when you get it off. And the fact that all of these characters have annoying onkos, right? Kiku heals you. Nami gets to play another guy. Very funny one I had in one of my games, actually. Someone KO'd this Nami. Not the Nami. I played a lore. Because it has 6,000 power. I picked up, I think it was a Yamato or a Tama or something. And then I got to play out a 5 cost. So my 6k powered unit turned into 2. One of which was a blocker. Very, very funny. And if you'd played like lore into Momo off of that, I didn't. I could have even healed, which would have been crazy. But yeah, this having the nice onko, this having a nice onko, and the Prona even being able to keep up a little bit of tempo, although it's not as good because we don't have a lot of green characters, is pretty cool. I think this deck is probably still a rogue deck, but it's a lot better now, and it is good fun if you just want to try and farm some yellow players with double attack Banish. Put him to Sabo. Definitely going to be taking 2nd off of him. It's his best curve by far. 1 Don this, 4 Don Kiku into like 6 Don Lore Nami. Not the worst. Let's keep. Let's keep. I'd love to see a Banish here, so we could do double tap Banish on 4. That'd be really, really useful. So I think keeping Sabo's resources down is going to be the best line here. And I'm really hoping this Yamato sees a Banish. But at the end of the day, we've got a pretty solid curve anyway. So it's not the end of the world. That is a brilliant draw for later. We do get an Izo. Let's just take the Izo. I don't really care about these. We're never going to cycle back round. If his swing this turn is small, I will counter. Probably with the Izo. Monkey D Dragon. Koala. Tosses a Roger. Not too bad. When did he toss the Garb? Oh, that was the stage last turn. Finds a 2k Sabo. Bello Betty. Does he find another Sabo? Okay, finds that Sabo. That's the Sabo he was looking for sure. Yeah, I'm going to counter with Izo here. I'm going to do this. 7 lead. His double twos he can counter here, but it is still quite expensive. And he specifically needs double twos. 2-1-1 is, I think, too crazy. Oh, we get it through. Insane, we get the 2-2Ks. I don't want to swing with this because we need this for the lore. So I'm going to just put them on the Ezo. I don't think I want to block with the Ezo, but just in case. I don't want to put them on the Yamato. Because I don't want to swing, because I want to use the lore to pick up the Yamato and then play the Nami. If that makes sense. But no, I don't think I'm blocking with Ezo regardless. I don't think it's happening. Tosses a second Sabo, but that was an insane open to this game. Insane open. Finds a Betty Searcher. Hack. Okay, he KOs a 4. That's a pretty good one. 7-5. Absolutely, let's take. Absolutely, let's trigger. Now... So we'll just go with like this. I can take a life. Swing with this. Swing with this. I guess he can take this one freely because he's on odds, but okay, it kind of is what it is. I think he's going to want to counter both of these 6s anyway. Or counter block, but probably realistically counter. Keeping this hack around seems good. We do have the option of DMG next turn though. Okay, he does take that one. I think that's also fair. It's kind of neither here nor there. It puts him back on evens, back on odds, excuse me. So the, oh, he does KO the Kiku. Interesting. Fair enough. Put these here. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm not blocking, but surprised he KO'd that. I thought he would KO the Ezo to get rid of the blocker, but I guess he is in quite a lot of danger already. Because he's on his bad curve as well, to be fair to him. He is on his bad curve. And we had a very, very nice curve as well as a Kiku trigger. So we've been very lucky this game for sure. 7-6. So if we use this on KO, we can just play out Kiku from hand, right? Or we can just keep this around for a 2k. I think keeping this around for 1 2k is worth. Yeah. Because we don't actually have a great play this turn, so it may well end up just being Kiku anyway. Let's go no blocker. Give him the Otama. Or the Ezo. The Ezo's completely worthless, right? Yeah, the Ezo's worthless because he doesn't play any actual 4 costs. That's not bad. That is not bad. Let's play this, see what we find. We can't take these. It's Momo or Hiyori. I mean, we can cycle out the Hiyori, just draw something different. Not the worst. Or we can take the Momo to have the option of a heal. How do you rate it, though? I think we'll just take the Hiyori. We'll play the Hiyori into the Yamato. Yeah, draw another one. Sure. This is at 8. I think we want to swing 10 with this. To at least demand 2. I guess the fact that his double attack doesn't matter anymore, right? No, so let's just go 8. We'll go 8-8-8. Or 8-8-9, even. And then we'll just put the... Do we want to put the Dons on the Ezo? Maybe we want to put the Dons on the Ezo. Go block 1k. I don't think you can have swing with anything. Because if he swings with this, he's in a lot of danger. Just go 8 leader again with the Nami. See what he does. I think I swing with the lore. I think I swing all in with the lore. Because it makes our DMG play much easier next turn. And, like, sure, we don't have a blocker, but if he swings with this, he's kind of doing half a job for us anyway. And we've got 2k, 1k. We've got 2k, 1k, so it's possible we can even save, depending on exactly what he does. We know he has the dragon. That's very possibly what he's going to go with. That's not what he was looking for. That is absolutely not what he was looking for. I assume this brings back another Sabo, and then he'll swing, what does it come up to, 8? If he wants to leave 1 open, which he might. We can Tama to rest that 1 Don. No, gonna let that go. Then we'll DMG the 2 blockers and go for lethal. Yeah, sorry, I mean, we'll save that. Speech is hard. If he swings the Sabo into it, he gets rid of it, but it's actually worse for him, so we can DMG the Don. Yeah, it's fine. And then that's the game. Yeah, GG's. We'll play to our opponent. He did have the Waxing Fist. We were kind of just too fast for him. That double attack Banish going through early game was just incredible. I have to assume that he just didn't have 2 2Ks. which at that point in the game, a lot of people won't. They won't. This deck plays a lot of bricks as well, and if he was going to have to give us 2k, 1k, 1k, go down to sort of 3 cards, we could have chosen to play the game completely differently, like a Starve type game, where we just attack his characters, for example, maybe. I don't know. Either way, we kind of drew our God Curve. We got a lucky trigger early. He did blow it up. It wasn't the most impactful, but it was still pretty good. Well played to our opponent. Let's move on. Going to RG Luffy. I'm guessing this one's going to be pretty difficult, huh? Because they have a lot of counter. What do I want? I don't know what I want here. I think I'm going to take... I don't know, honestly. I really don't know what I want into Luffy. I'm gonna try second. Let's try second. I mean, this on 4 isn't the worst, but if he keeps 2 Don open, it's kind of not ideal. The rest of his hand is pretty bad. I'm gonna mulligan that. It's not the worst. I think the Nami is probably one of the better cards in the matchup. He's fun. The Robin. This doesn't really matter. We're not a removal deck. We could be playing Ashura Doji. He doesn't know. I'm not, because I don't know, I'm not a super big fan of the card right now, but he doesn't know that, to be fair. I'd say the Yamato, we can do the old switcheroo on 4, that's pretty good. He might not be expecting a swing of 8. DMG later, probably useful. Yeah, it's pass. I'm not playing out Kiku, no point. If he does just attach 1 Don and swing 6, that would be very, very smart. It looks like he wants to at least play a character, so we'll either get some amount of cards out of him, or we'll get a double attack through. Which... I think I'd rather get the cards. I'm going to counter this with Kiku. Don't need her. Then we'll go Fordon, Hiyori. Hiyori effect, play out Yamato. 1, 2, 3. We draw 1 cost, sure. Let's see if he counters or takes. If he takes, our Nami is offline, but if he counters, then we can Nami him next turn. He took a Sanji there, right? So he's going to... Okay, he takes that one. Fair enough. Our Nami is dead. But he does have hella cards in hand now, which is scary. Let's pass it up. I think what we're going to need to do is just kind of try and spam this Yamato as much as possible, because it's just really value efficient, and he's not really going to be excited to KO it. He only has 2 Don next turn, which is actually pretty reasonable. Attempting to counter again, because he's not going to want to kill this, because it trashes life, unless he just goes to 0. Which would be an interesting hypothesis. Let's counter once more. Fuck it, let's counter once more. We have the DMG for later, which is really good. That Perona's going to be pretty hot next turn, I think. That is going to be pretty hot next turn. So this Yamato, we can just play this, and then we can swing 9 with lead, which seems important. Either he takes this, or... and then goes to 0, which would be kind of wild, and then we just don't attack with these. Or he counters this with, like, I don't know, maybe a Charleston and a card, maybe the 2 Dons and a card. And then we can still swing with these 2. Okay, we get the 2 Dons and a card. Swing for 5 here. And if he takes one of these, like, that's fine. But then this Onko is relevant. Let's go the 5-6. I think getting guaranteed 2 cards is better than getting just 1 life. And that is, in fact, how it works out. Yeah, it's fine. We can't defend that. See what he plays here. I'm guessing it's going to be Secret Luffy. Secret Luffy is his best play. By quite a way. 6-6. You really want to let me trash your life, huh? Fine. We'll go to that last life. Put you to 0. Yep, take that. Definitely use that. It's a nice one. Secret Luffy into Usopp, maybe? Secret Luffy Usopp would be okay. But if he only leaves... Okay, Sanji. Just leave 5 Don open. Very good, very good. So we Perona here. Did I forget to use my... No, I used it on the little 1-drop. Of course, of course, of course. So we Perona here because it just buys us an entire turn. And then we want to swing either... So we can swing 7... 7, 7, 8 gets only 1 card, which is kind of gross, right? But well, if we just don't swing this, we go like 7, 7 with this, 9 with this. I think I'm going to start with 7 from leader, because this is like the freest one. if you get what I mean. The order we do the swings doesn't actually matter very much. But if he, like, uses a Charleston, we can attack the Kiku into the Garp or something like that. So is 9 here better? I think 9 here is better. It makes literally no difference, right? Yeah, it makes literally no difference. We'll go 9 with Yamato. Would he attack this? He might. He's going to have to leave a bunch of Dons open, though. And it heals us anyway. Let's take out Garp. I think it's worth it. Just get a little weenie off the board. His lethal, because we have such low card count, his lethal could very well involve the weenies. And we got a card there anyway. We got the Usopp out of his hand. Okay. That is not a card I was expecting, but I guess we're now dealing with EB04. Yeah, of course, he would attack here. That makes way more sense. What am I talking about? Go with that. So it's 3 active. We can just... Oh, we can rest all of them. That's kind of nuts. It costs 6, though. It does cost 6. And his leader is at 7k, which is pretty strong, you know. If we spend 6, we get 2 of them back as freebies. So we'd have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Don. So we can swing 12. Better off going 7, 11. Should be 1k, 2k, 2k, 1k. It's possible. It's very possible that he has that. It is. Is it worth going for? He almost certainly kills us on the clapback if we go for it. Alternatively, we go 16. He's at 7. He goes 9, 11, 13. He has to give us only 2k, 2k. It's really bad. I mean, 7, 13 is 2k, 1k, 1k. It's kind of the same, right? 2k, 1k, 1k versus if we spend the 4. The Sotama is actually pointless to play, right? Because it costs us 2 Don to rest a 2k, essentially. Yeah, the Yutama is pointless to play, so we just go with the DMG. This turns off Charleston as well if he had that. Then we go 7, 7, everything else. I didn't have it, okay. Okay, yeah, fucking hella bricks. Holy, I was thinking way too hard about that. It turns out he had 2k counter. Yeah, the Otama was never... If this was like the only... If we didn't have the DMG, this is always worth it because it's free because we play this for 2, get rid of a 2k and then our leader effect's online. But the DMG was just enough. Yeah, they don't play a lot of 2ks anyway, and I'm guessing if he's playing the Robin... Oh, he's still on Toshigi. He's probably on like 6 2ks tops though, which is not very high, and he'd already given us one of them, I think. Maybe that's wrong. Either way, well played to our opponent. That went better than expected. Going to Boa. I'm going to yoink second, and we're looking for Banish. Well, I mean, that's double Banish. Let's keep that instantly. That's really, really strong, honestly. Especially as we've got second, because he's not able to drop a blocker before we can double attack Banish. No. If he doesn't have the Boa blocker at all, he's in trouble. This we might want to pick up. Do we ever play this? Playing this out is really interesting because it stops him leaving Don open for events. Like Slave Arrow and such. I actually think I like playing this out. It also makes us less weak to pudding, right? Which is fine. See if he bothers to set up a trigger, right? If we have double attack Banish, the triggers are bad. If we don't have double attack Banish, the triggers are pretty good. Okay, just plays the Marguerite, sure. Well, we don't need the Tama. I think I'm going to just ditch one of these Hioris from his swing of 5. Shows us that and then trashes it. Oh, when he starves. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go with the funny move. See if he has 2k, 1k there, sir. Is that 2k, 1k in your pants, sir? Or are you just pleased to see me? 2k, 1k. Oh, no, 1k, 1k, 1k. That's such good value. We've got a Borsalino, we've got a Nami, we've got a Pudding. Incredible. Really, really good stuff there. I'm pleased with that. We'll see what he does on 4. He's distributing his dons. This is the type of thing you see from, like, no offense to this guy, like, lower ranked players. You don't typically see... This guy's bounty's high. It's higher than mine. That's curious. I guess he's playing around a trigger. Yeah, there could be a yellow trigger that KOs this Marguerite. That's fair. Is this just another Marguerite, then? Yeah. We've got a 2k there. We can counter this 6 now. Which ain't too bad. Yeah, I guess this is just another... I guess that he's playing around the trigger then. Fair play. I'll actually take everything I said back. I think it's a smart maneuver. If we get a 5-course Yamato off the top, that would be like the dream top deck. Then we can do Onami and Hiyori, which would be cracked. It's tempting to not go with the Banish and just go with the Nami even. I mean, sure. It appears I am simply the best player that ever there was. It appears as such. Yeah, because we can rest his Don, just in case he has a Slave Arrow. Then we go Banish here. 4 Don Hiyori. Turn this into Yamato. 1, 2, 3. Double attack Banish. Which, there's no way he has 2 2Ks. We get rid of a Marguerite and a Nami. Incredible. Then we get to put 2 Don on our blocker. Cool. And he kind of has to deal with this Otama, because he's going to want to play... He's going to want... Okay, 7. 7 here. I'll 2k, 1k this. Because he's going to want to use events later, right? Is my thought process. Maybe this is Borsalino for 5, but then he doesn't have a Don in his leader. That would seem like a mistake. So, what is this? 8. It's just block. Block. I don't know what this is. Because he's just leaving 2 Don open. This guy is terrified. Can't blame him. Cannot blame him. We'd probably rest the Tama, play the Law, pick up the Tama, play out Kiku, just get some value. Seems reasonable. So we'll go 7 with leader. If this is a you'll frighten me, so be it. He has to counter this 7. Like, he absolutely has to, otherwise he just dies. So I'm guessing this may well be Slave Arrow, and then he'll pick up the Marguerite. That's what I'm feeling. We'll see if I'm right. Nope, he takes. Gorgon trigger, but we just swing all in, right? Do we ever die to 3 swings on the clapback? We don't have a lot of counter, to be fair. We don't have a lot of counter. I think we have to play it a little bit safe, just in case he is baiting us, which he could very well be. We'll pick up the Tama, play out Kiku. Do you want to go 5-6 or just 8? It's just it's 5-6 to play around Slave. Yeah, 5-6 to play around Slave. Doesn't matter which sequence we attack in. Does he non-drop Boa here? Let's see. He won't have any Don open. He will have 1 life. Nope, no non-drop Boa either. Is he going for lethal? Looks like he's going for lethal, huh? If he has FEMA, if we 2k, 1k this, we just never die, right? If he has double FEMAs, 4. These are both at 7. He's 3 Don. You put 2 more, they'll both be 8. We want 9, 10, I think is his max, which as long as we find A1k, we can counter the 9. We also have a blocker. It's required to double FEMAs. Is it worth risking? If we 2k, 1k here, he can pivot board, and then maybe we don't win. So I'm going to risk it, I think. If he doesn't have literally double FEMA, we can just block one of these now. Yeah, so we just block in 2k this one. Because there's no way he can kill us. Yeah, it does concede. He did have single femur, but not double femur. Yeah, I was willing to take the risk on that life being a brick, and then this life not being a 2k, and the and him having literally double femur in hand, and 3 Warlords cards, because he would have had to play at least 1 femur and then use this. Turned out he had a bunch of dog shit. He had the slave arrows. The Otama early probably mattered, actually, which is pretty cool. I'm glad that that tech came up. The double attack Banish going off was just huge. He could have definitely won that game, I think. But not with the cards he drew there. If he had 1 more femur, then maybe, yeah. Maybe, yeah. Going first into Nami, I think this is going to be our worst matchup by quite some way. Just because we like to swing little attacks, and they don't let you do that. If we can get double attacks through, great. But I think this matchup's going to be very tough. I think I'm also hard mulliganing for Nami. This hand's reasonable. We got Yamato into Yamato. Like, swinging A at least gets a couple cards out of him. I'll keep. I think this is reasonably playable. Would have loved that Nami, though. Like, it's unsearchable, right? So if we mulligan, don't get it, and get a worse hand, that's bad. Do you want Brick Yamato or 2k? I don't think I really want another one of these. Just, oh, we can't take that. We can only take the Kiku. Yeah. Stalling for no reason. Apologies to Biju here. Will you be my servant? Maybe. No girl on 2. Always nice. Gonna make his plays maybe a little bit more awkward. We'll see. Kiku 4-drop. Very nice. Okay, well, there's the Nami. That's pretty damn good. Let's see if he wants to take an 8 or give us 2 cards. I imagine he will give us 2 cards. But you never know. He could take this one. It's not the worst thing in the world, to be honest. It is not. If he doesn't have a 2k, he'll take. But I imagine he'll have a 2k, right? And ditching that Kiku is very reasonable. Because playing it on 4 is pretty bad. He does take. Gets a baby 5 trigger. Do we swing with this? I think we surely do, right? Oh, I don't have an invested Don. What am I thinking about? Well, if he does play that Kiku, he's not going to have a Don in his leader, so then this can swing this turn. That's kind of fine. Yeah, him not having a Don in his leader this turn, if he does play that 4-drop, will be very big. Very, very big. Okay, so, oh, it's a Straw Hat Nami build. I've been meaning to try this. I've been wanting to try this. Does find the EB03 Nami. 5, I will counter that every single time. I think this is useless now. Yeah, let's just give that. Let's just get rid of it. DMG, yeah, it's alright. It's not the best card in the world, but it's pretty good. We swing the 5 first. No, we don't swing the 5 first. We specifically don't swing the 5 first, because this has double attack, and he's at 2. I imagine he counters, but we get 2 2Ks and a 1K here. He would probably just take this, but then that makes his heal plays worse, so I'm going to do it anyway. If he counters, great. If he takes, great. If he takes down to 1, then, like I say, it makes his heal plays worse. So. Yeah, oh, okay. This is a full Straw Hat build. Interesting. Well, at least not full, but, like, heavy. You know what I mean? Yep, takes out the Yamato. That's fine. You did a great job. Nami, sure. Burns our life. I don't give my only 2 2Ks, so as much as Pudding is pretty scary, we'll take. This ain't the worst. Could go 10 Banish. He'd have to give, what? Brick 2k, 1k? It's alright. How good is establishing a Kiku? Not very, honestly. Not very. He has to counter this. Like, he has to counter this. It'd be crazy business to take. But it's still 3 cards, right? It's a brick for his leader effect and then a 2k, 1k. Get the Kiku. We get a Pudding. Oh, he doesn't have 2Ks? Holy fuck. We got 4 1Ks there. That is just insane. That's insane. If he doesn't have any 2Ks, this is basically free. Let's just take out the Sanji. And then we'll put the 2 Don on the Ezo. Holy shit, I can't believe that. Like, there's no way you're double 1K in this, or revealing the 2K now. Right? Yeah. Wait, it wasn't 2K what? Brick 2K 1K. It's Brick 2K 2K. I'm a moron. Regardless, he would have used the 2K in that split, I think. And leaving him at 2 is obviously fine because of our leader effect. No blocker. We'll just give a Kiku here. We don't need this card. Is this Robin? This is Robin, isn't it? This is Robin. I'm regretting tossing that Nami now because he's going to go back to 3. Would be a really, really good play. We'll counter again. Yeah, it's Robin. Cool. 4 in hand. Not great. We want to apply a lot of pressure here. I think we're just developing Kiku for 4. If we play this for 4, this gets a swing for 8 anyway, if we don't want to make this a blocker. Just trying to decide if I ever play... I don't think I ever play 2 of these. No, I think we just play a Kiku. Should have swung first, I guess, but it's like not that big a deal. We'll go 8, 10. He didn't have any 2Ks last turn, so let's see if he has a 2K this turn. Has a Nami. Does have a 2K this turn. Let's push him down to 0. Or to 1, sorry. Because you ain't counting this. If I had another Banish here, that would have been pretty tempting to go 8 with the Banish, but I didn't have a Banish, so it is what it is. And there's every chance in the world that he could kill us here, but I'm just playing around him not going for it. I don't think he'd go for it. Okay, Red Rock is a pretty good trigger. Yeah, it's why I... No, I couldn't have played this after swinging this. Oh, he got rid of the Ezo. Maybe he is just going for it. We have 2K, 2K. But I think he gets us if he does go for it. Unless these lives are pretty crazy. Maybe I should have just got swung 9 there. Left 1 up for the DMG. Kid. It's also pretty good. Swing what? 6? Yeah, 6, 7, 8 can get him there. I should have left 1 open for the DMG, huh? Ezo first. Go on, just swing 6. No, he's going to get us. Unless this is a 2K. Saved by the bell. We've still got to win. Still got to win, but holy shit. I should have left 1 over that DMG. Huge misplay. Honestly, huge misplay. Trash is a brick. All we're drawing is fucking Kikus, by the way. What the fuck is that? So playing anything is a complete waste of time. What are we going here? We can go 9, 9, 9. We want to split 2 ways, ideally. We can do 10, 11. And that still leaves the option of 10, 8, 9. Yeah, I think that's better than 999 because 999 he always has to trash 1 for the leader effect. He always has to trash 1 for the leader effect. We have to give 2K 1K. To be at 7 with 1 in hand, that's guaranteed. And then it's does he have 2K 1K in his last 2 cards? If we go 10, if he has double 2s, that's worse. But it still comes down to, is this also a 2K? Which it isn't. There's no way he has 3 2Ks. And then the 9 would be, is this 2K 1K? But if he takes, it's better, because he goes to 5 and he has to trash this for leader effect. Go to 7 and then you still have 2K 2K 1K. Yeah, I think we go 10 11. If he gets a raging target trigger, that's... oh no, it's 10 12. Yeah, let's see if he counters. Okay, he did have double 2s. Okay. Well, can you counter an 8? We swing with the character first. Was his hand literally all 2Ks at the end of that? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Wow. Well, that's the game. GG's. Shit, I guess we lost anyway. After he countered with all those 1Ks earlier, I didn't think there was any way his hand was all 2Ks. That was wild. GG's. If I'd done 999, would it have been better? It would have been, right? Yeah, because he tosses the girl still to go to 7. He gets to give us 2Ks. Yeah, we would have won with 999. I just didn't think he'd have all those 2Ks. I was like, oh, he's going to have some 1Ks, right? Maybe a brick. So I was gambling on that lineup being better. But he just wasn't. Let me know, do you think 999 was better? I kind of like the 10 and then the step down into this deck. So I don't want to put 2 Dons on my leader. Because it's so weak, right? And he's going to be at 7. That's why I did it that way. But I guess in this exact situation, it didn't work out. But to be fair, he should have killed us last turn if we didn't get the lucky Tamar out of life. So he probably deserved the win. But that game was remarkably close. The double attack Banish requiring to give us like 5 cards or something stupid was insane. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you are a Yamato player. What would you change in this list? Is there anything that's been working out really well for you? I checked out some of this on Gum and the one I started with, it had no author, so I can't credit anyone. Although, to be honest, this list is completely different to that one anyway. They were playing this Uta and the Mihawk package with a bunch of 4 drops to play off the Mihawk. It felt really high rolly, I'm not gonna lie, and the Uta just felt a little bit slow. Like, this Activate main is great, and I think in slower decks, like Uta or Bonnie, this is going to be a really, really good card. It just didn't seem to work very well with what I was trying to do with Yamato, right? Because we're trying to go fast. This deck wants to kill you fast. If you want to build into a much slower build, I think you maybe could. I think there's just better leaders to do the slow green-yellow thing with than Yamato. I think you're better off building more into Yamato's strengths, which is the double attack and going fast with double attack Banish. And this Uta wasn't really doing that. While stressing a Don or a 4 is good, there's a lot of 5s now that are blockers. So it wasn't quite hitting everything that I wanted it to. But that is another consideration. Of course, cards like Hawkins, Yellow Hawkins, you could play him. He's not bad. Nice little 1KO. Again, it makes more sense if you were playing this Mihawk package. This one with the 2-drop, with the 2K. Being able to play that into like a Hawkins on 3 is really good. It's just so inconsistent. Like, this isn't searchable. We can't play the Perona searcher because Yamato is not Slash. And thank God we are Strike because don't give Mihawk 1000 power. But anyway, yeah, I think this Mihawk package is very inconsistent, so I'm not a huge fan. And the Law Bounce package with the new Yamato, the new Nami, and then like a couple other targets as well. Maybe you could mess around, take this Momo out again. Once EB03 comes out, I think Borsellino is probably just better than this. It's a 1K as well, which is nice. And Peronas feels strong as well. Maybe you could go up a Perona. That could be pretty cool. In terms of actual top end, it's weird because all of the green and yellow top end is about slowing the game down, pretty much. You could maybe try like some of the life trash stuff, like Kid, but it feels, I don't know, it feels kind of inefficient. But I think Kid is probably the yellow top end that I'd be most interested in. And then in terms of green top end, it's probably only Hody. No, where is he? Yeah, here he is. But both of those are bricks, and DMG kind of does the same thing as Hody anyway. So I don't know if you need this card anymore. And I don't know if Kid is actually worth it. I'm usually winning pretty damn fast once you get to 8 and 10 on turns. So we'll see. But hey, the deck's a lot of fun. If you have any suggestions for the list, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.